Okay, so we're talking about some informational text, and we are focusing on one called Youth and Tobacco Use. There are two links there for you. If you need access directly to them, you can see the class recording and get the actual link, or you can type in there the information you see. The second one, the longer one there, is a website that presents information in an infographic format. It's pretty interesting to look at. And that first one that we'll mostly focus on is the CDC website with the overall written information. The CDC stands for the Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is one of the leading public health agencies in the United States, and its goal is to protect and improve public health. So that plays into that motivation and what type of information they are going to provide. One way the CDC does that is by educating the public and medical professionals on health issues. The CDC publishes a lot of informational content both in print and online. The CDC also shares significant research findings on health topics. So it's important to note this is going to be more non-biased information, just giving us information, research, the facts that we can look at. Okay, so to answer our question at the bottom there, yes, this is absolutely a reliable and factual website, and one could use this in a research paper. So, getting in a little bit more to our article, okay, it's a fact sheet. Youth and Tobacco Use is a fact sheet from the CDC, which is part of the federal government, and they are there to protect people's health and safety. The CDC tries to control and prevent disease and injuries. The fact sheet includes many words about tobacco, so context can help you figure out what some of these words mean. All right, so looking here at some of our headings and features for our informational text, we can examine, do we see headings? Do we see technical language? Is it purely informational? Are there ads? Are there opinions? Are there other motivations there? Are there any sidebars? Does it include text features such as tables and diagrams? All of this you can dive into as you read it, look at it, see it. It does contain all of these features. Here is another example of some of the information you will find there. You'll see bullet points, good, quick, direct facts information there with statistics accurate that we can rely on, and great data for us to use. Continuing on, same things with some infographics there on the side giving us some good information. More data breakdown, you see some technical language or language having to do just with this topic. You'll want to read through the information. It is actually really interesting and very easy to read. And then lastly here we have one of the charts or tables with the data breakdown. When reading a chart or table, we often do read it left to right. We want to take into account the columns, right? What do you have at the top, the headings, and then what are some of the subcategories? Notice the first chart here is about high school students. The second chart is middle school students, so comparing females to males versus overall usage and which type of tobacco product. So we are getting a lot of valuable information in a quick graphic there. So important use of charts and tables. And this sums up our overview of tobacco youth and tobacco use from the CDC.